This is your 10-minute mobility warm-up sequence. First off, the big six, stimulating the lymph nodes underneath the collarbone, rubbing, pressing, tapping, getting into that area. Next, we move up to behind the jaw by the ear, pressing, rubbing, moving, lymph, improving circulation. This is to prime your system for what is to come. This is something you can do before any movement. Third spot is the armpits. It's digging into the lymph of the underarm, being explorative, curious, deep pressure, rubbing, tapping, whatever it is, getting into that area, making sure to target if it feels tender, maybe spend a few more seconds there. Next, we're on to the belly. The belly is obviously full of organs and fascia and connective tissue and lymph tissue. So we want to stimulate that as well. Tap it, smack it, rub it, and get it feeling good. Breathing deep throughout this entire time. Really deep breaths through the nose, out through the mouth. Then turn yourself around and tap on the kidneys for a few seconds, waking up the low back and the kidneys. Next up, we're going to chop or punch or slap into the crease of the inner thighs, the groin area. You can also press and rub down into the groin across the crease of the hip and get that moving. And then lastly, back of the legs. So bending at the knees, rubbing behind the knees, and getting circulation, lymph, warmth moving through that area as well. Okay, we do that 10 to 15 seconds each spot. From there, let's get going. We're going to balance one leg at a time, standing on a firm leg, toes spread, pointing and flexing the opposite ankle, and changing sides, pointing and flexing the ankle, stabilizing through the hip. Then circles at the knees, one direction, being gentle with the knees, gentle with your joints. Don't push through pain in any of this. We're going to go both directions. This is to lubricate, warm up, and prime your system for a workout, for a hike, for a golf game, whatever it is that's coming up. This is a good way to turn the body on before starting that activity. Next, from the knees to the hips, circling through the hips, making sure to pull up and in on the abs, stimulate that transverse abdominis, that's that sucking in sensation to pull the abs toward the spine to get nice and tall as you go in both directions here at the waist, opening up the hips. Next up, spread the arms out. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Don't punch the wall, don't hit something. Press through the hands, open up through the fingers. Inhale left, exhale right. Gaze over the shoulder as you turn. Let the head follow the hands. Powerful breath. Bent through the knees, strong through the core. Let that go now. Shoulders, circles, fingertips on the shoulder, rolling the shoulders back, opening up, drawing a big circle with the tip of the elbow. And then we're going to bring the hands to the head and squeeze the elbows together. Press the head back, opening up the upper back, strengthening the back of the shoulders, the shoulder blades area, bringing circulation through that area. Next, we're just going to bounce. We're just going to shake it out, get loose, bounce around, be gentle on the heels, the ankles, the knees, light on your feet here. Shaking it out, shaking out the arms, shadow boxing, letting the hands go, really relaxing, softening the face. And then let's get into the wrists, rolling the wrists. Fingers are interlaced here, and we're just rolling the hands in all directions. Next, inhale, big, hands come up and then to the sides, and then exhale, throw the hands down, throw the upper body over bent legs. So you're going down into sort of a half squat position, letting the upper body come down. Exhale, bent legs. Inhale up, exhale, bent legs. That's a great way to warm up the body, warm up the system, get blood flowing powerfully and quickly. Next up, bend the knees, hips back, back straight, reach the hands away from you. Reach the hands away, pull through the hands, strong through the back, strong through the core. Reach those arms up a little bit more. We're going to sink down into a bit of a chair pose. So keep pushing the butt back. Keep lifting the hands up. Keep engaging through the core. And come on up and release. Next up, this is a lunge sequence. So you're going to step forward, drop your hand inside the leg, rotate, and then change hands, rotate the other way. Come up, other side. So hand comes down, rotate open through the chest. Hand comes inside the leg, pivot on the back foot, rotate open, and come back up. So you step back, hand down, chest open, and then hand inside the leg, pivot on the back foot, chest open, bring it back up. Keep doing this. This is a fantastic way to open the hips, mobilize the spine. So all you're doing is lunging, coming down, rotating to both sides, and letting that back foot pivot. That pivot on the back foot that you'll see here as we go inside the foot, that just allows for a bigger stretch through the side body. Finishing up here, keep dropping that hand down, lifting up, opening through the chest. A nice little flow here. You can do this at any time. From there, transitioning into a bit of a high plank with arms extended beyond shoulder distance. So this is like a little tricep core primer, just pumping a few reps there. Then we're going to drop down to a push-up, rotate, side plank. Come on down, push-up, rotate, side plank, lifting that arm up, squeezing up through the abs, reaching through the hands, getting the upper body activated and circulation flowing. Walk the legs out as if you're doing a downward dog, bending the knees. You can obviously use a bench or a chair to have your hands lifted if you can't do this kind of thing down on the ground. Otherwise, get into a bit of a down dog here. Press through straight arms, straight as possible legs, and then walk your way up to a wide stance, very, very wide. And we're going to bend each leg and lunge toward it, opening the inner thigh. Place your hands down on the floor to support you. Don't overdo it here. The back can still be working to be straight, and you're lunging side to side, opening up the hips, opening up that inner thigh, stretching it out. Keep your legs very, very wide. Lift the chest up, and we're just going to, again, rock and squat down to each side, going as low as you can. Don't force anything here. Don't stress out. Don't put yourself into pain in order to do this. Just listen to the body. Breathe and keep moving. Okay, from here, bend the waist. Hinge at the hips so that you feel your lower back turn on. And then bend at the knees so that your quads are carrying your weight. And then hands come in front and rotate all the way open. You're reaching that arm back behind you, pulling through the hands, and gazing toward that hand that's behind you. So again, back to center, hands come together, rotate, gaze toward that hand, pull the arms apart, keep the knees bent, keep the core engaged, keep rotating through the spine, a little bit deeper, breathe as you're here. Breathe and stretch all through the back, all through the spine. From here, we're going to lower ourselves down into whatever your version of a low squat is. using the elbows inside the knees if possible. If you can't do this, then grab onto a pole or something very solid and lean your hips back while holding on to that thing. And then begin to straighten the legs without going all the way straight, paying attention to the knees, the hamstrings, letting the upper body be heavy, but keeping a bend in the knees as needed. And then lift the arms up, engage the core, keep a bend in the knees. Don't hyperextend the knees here. Reach the hands away from you and pull up and out, core on, low back on, bend the knees and come out. That is it. 10 minutes to win it. Great job following along and enjoy your day.